Hello everyone, how are you? How are we doing? Happy summer to you. Ooh. Let's close the rainbow curtains of Oz-ish. Anyways, I want to talk about something, kind of bring in a new perspective on things. My name's Danny Picard, for those of you that do not know me. I'm a healer, a life coach. I do all this stuff. I try to inspire people through my own mistakes, through embracing my own little quarrels and whatnot. I come up with lots of tools and different new ways of perceiving things, and through lots of meditation, and so I can continue to assist and grow and become a better person and love you, Jamie, and to help this world kind of pull up their pants a little bit and go, okay, there's some work to do. Okay? I wanted to talk about something on a different level today. I wanted to talk about reversing the aging process. Well, you could just go to the MAC counter and like get all sorts of makeup. That doesn't solve the problem. But we also look at, a lot of people in our society look at aging as a problem, but that's typically because we treat aging people like they are a problem. So we want to take into consideration the fact that our bodies are always striving for balance. Okay, this is something I learned through studying holistic health. And when we go into a state of stress or anything like that, it throws us off balance. It's really quite simple to understand. Okay? There's different things in your life that throws you off alignment or off balance. These are perceptions, can be perceptions, drugs, alcohol, naughty food, the donuts I had the other day, yes, that can throw you off balance, the sugars, your perception of how you look at maybe the chemtrails, maybe the actual chemtrails are throwing you off balance, or maybe it's the perception and the meaning you give chemtrails that throws you off balance. It doesn't really matter what it is, but what it is doing is it's throwing your body off of energetic alignment, however you're perceiving it. So we're talking about the power of perception. And this is all very integrated with Dr. Bruce Lipton's work with epigenetics. Okay? We're going to be talking about holistic health, epigenetics. We're going to be talking also about the stress hormones that are produced from being off balance. Because your body has these natural chemicals that goes, warning, 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 danger, 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 danger. And you start getting fed all these hormones to actually counterbalance you. Okay? So if you have all these different hormones and everything that's counterbalancing the stress and whatnot, your body's going into overtime trying to support you to be in whatever state you are choosing to be in. Okay? Western medicine model doesn't really deal with this. Okay? This is very integrated with not only empath, energetic sensitivity, it's integrated with law of attraction, it's integrated with knowing how to change your perceptions, it's knowing how to know and appreciate when you are in that state of alignment. Yes, when you are aligned, that's what Abraham Hicks calls the vortex, or being in the vortex. But this is a little bit different, but it all correlates, okay? But then we're also, Bruce Lipton calls it the honeymoon effect, okay? So, but it doesn't matter. So the alignment the place of balance. We can seek and search and find all the different things that's causing us to be stressed out. And we can continue to place blame on them, or we can pull up our pants and change them, okay? A lot of people don't understand how to change them. How do you change your perceptions? Well, first you need to be accountable and say, hey, I have a perception that's off balance or something that I need to change. Hey, I'm getting a little fluffy in the tummy. I need to go jogging a little bit more and maybe eat a little bit more vegetables. Okay, that's taking accountability and then creating action for a more preferred way of being. Okay? But when we do that, it accelerates and it expands our energetic field. Okay? So our body is always striving for balance. It's a holistic model. It's always striving for balance. If you don't get enough sleep, your body, the reason why it's tired the next day is because it didn't have time to integrate. It didn't have time to reset, to rebalance. Okay? So sleep is important. What happens is that if you continue to get only 5 hours of sleep over and over and over and over and over and over again, your body produces chemicals and hormones to support you in being able to know that that's okay. Okay, so it makes it hard when that new habit or that new program, that new habit becomes something that becomes your support system, because it's like literally you're working off of adrenaline. Adrenaline, you can literally become addicted to adrenaline. Those people who run 12 miles a day and who gotta go do this and do that, or the people who work all the time and gotta stay focused, gotta keep doing. You know, there's all these different hormones that are going on, these stress hormones, and we become addicted to it, but it also becomes a story. Okay? So now the real important thing about this is stress causes you to be tired. How many of you guys are super energized and feel amazing when you're stressed out? How many of you are super feeling on top of the world when you're stressed out? Anyone? 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 No, I didn't think so. Okay. So your body is telling you when you're stressed out that you need to take time for yourself. You need to take time to nurture yourself, to get yourself back into balance. A lot of times our way of rebalancing after being stressed out or a long day at work is go drink. And go drink a lot. Let's go have cocktails. Let's go have drinks. Okay? So when your body is actually trying to, okay, great, drinks are great. Yeah, it takes the pain away a little bit, but it also sets you back a little. Okay? Because your body is not as centered as it could be to actually move forward into a state of feeling as though you're thriving energetically. Okay? Ever had a hangover? The next day you're like, I want to kill myself. I feel horrible. Okay? Sometimes you say that when you're hanging out with a person that maybe is driving you crazy. Or maybe you just ate a bunch of shit food. Oh, I feel like shit. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we have the ability and the awareness to actually do things that make you feel good and to respond in a healthy way. Now, this whole aging thing, okay? Yes, we age. Yes, our cells continue to grow. If your cells are being produced from a state of stress, your body's going to start showing that, okay? Shit's going to start sagging. Everything's going to start sagging. And then you're going to go to the MAC counter and try to get all the creams, all the lotion, all that stuff. But what if we actually just taught people how to take care of the root cause that throws us off balance? What if I said, all you have to do is meditate, forgive yourself, and live in a loving way? Would you do it? Would you do it? This face just turned 40. I don't wear makeup, but you know, a lot of people say you seem so youthful. You seem very youthful. You seem full of joy. You seem very vibrant. You know, and it's because I wake up in the morning and I take care of me and I make sure that I'm starting my day from a space that is not continued from that state of stress that was built up from the previous day. Okay, does that make sense? So a lot of this is, how do we work with balancing? How do we work with our perceptions? How do we work with changing our perceptions and creating new habits of health? And it's not removing one habit. What it is building new habits that will overpower the old one. Coming from being an old druggy do, that's how you do it. You can try cold turkey, but it's a lot easier to actually develop new habits of health and build on that positive momentum, rather than going, oh my God, I failed again. 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 That's just reoccurring the shame thing. Not only that, shame throws you off balance too. Internal negative dialogue throws you off balance, because your heart is the foundation of what your balance is. Your heart, soul, mind, your body. If you were to just sit in silence and peace, you will actually move into a balanced state. Now, if you chose to do that more often, you would continue to go into a balanced state. Okay? So the more you're in a balanced state, the more that you're actually in an aligned state. So it doesn't matter what person comes into your view or what that person did, or, if you're not blaming things, you're actually moving in a state of balance. Blame creates resistance, also creates a fragmented aspect of yourself, and also causes on a subconscious and cellular level to actually go into a state of depletion, because it's not in alignment with the way that our bodies work. It's an experience that we can choose to have, but then so is love and forgiveness. But people aren't used to loving and forgiving all the time, or they don't know how. Okay? We think we do, or we think we know how to do that. So these are the things that I do. These are the things that I teach people. These are the things that I help with. Now, there's another thing, especially with Western medicine, they're going to say, oh, you're stressed out. Here, go take a pill. Well, guess what? That pill is also going to throw you off balance. And then your body's also going to start to work harder to, in fact, support that new chemical that's throwing you off balance. So for those of you, when you slowly start resolving the different things that throw you off balance, your body starts working more efficiently. Your mind starts working more efficiently. Your whole energy starts working more efficiently. You can even take this into a state of finances and money. Okay? How is your extension of yourself energetically? How is that throwing you off balance by going to spend all that money on a big old bag of blow? Is that supporting you, or is that taking away from your future potential? The interesting thing, when I quit doing all the partying, it was like I got the biggest raise ever. It was amazing. It was like I was making an extra $2,000 a month just by taking care of myself. Weird. Yes, that's how hard I was partying. Okay? So here's the thing. There's two different options. We can choose to fix ourselves temporarily. A good temporary fix always feels good. It resolves the ego. Or we can do just a little bit more work and actually get the core issue at hand. Okay? What is it that actually teaches us to move into a stress state or whatnot? It's oftentimes learning from our surroundings, watching the news, all these different things, environmental factors. There's all these things that can throw us off balance. Mastery comes from being able to actually work with whatever comes to you in a loving and embracing way. When it doesn't matter what it is, but acknowledging that you're worth something new. That you're worth investing yourself. Investing in yourself, knowing that you are worth and your life is worth trying something new. That you are worth trying something new. Settling doesn't need to be a thing anymore. You can if you want, because that's probably how we were taught. And sometimes, yes, that's often how we were taught. So there's a lot of self-worth stuff that comes into this. There's a lot of, how do I treat myself well? So there's I need the resources. There's also, am I worth it? There's also the shifting in priorities. If you're used to shoveling your money on doing other things that are not supporting your advancement, I can tell you so many times when people say, my life sucks, I'm in turmoil, I'm in pain, I'm suffering, I feel like I'm 100 years older than I actually am. And then I say, would you like to schedule a session? And then they go, well, I'm going to Burning Man. Okay, cool. Have fun. You have to want to shift your priorities in a new direction. And oftentimes, especially with the way that our society works, is that it feeds off of the lack perspective. It feeds off the lack perspective and not an abundance consciousness perspective. Capitalism runs off of lack and fear. You must fill the void with something outside of yourself. That is what capitalism is about. It's about filling the void outside of yourself in order to make you feel more at peace temporarily. So it continues that energy of needing to fill the void. Okay? Fear is a suppressor. The energy of fear suppresses you into a stress state to where you act out seeking the temporary fix. So we've also moved through a place where not a lot of people have the awareness, the education, or the knowledge even to actually scoot people into a state of empowerment with different educational programs. Okay? So a lot of this stuff, we can patch up a lot of these things and move you into a state of abundance and actually rewrite those things that you used to, temporarily want to fix all the time? Yes. This is what I do. And it's really fascinating because it sometimes seems too easy for people. Then we get to this point where it's time to schedule a session. And yes, it's scary as shit because you don't know what feeling amazing actually is like. How weird is that? If you were to feel amazing and to continue feeling amazing, it freaks people out a little bit, okay? This is what with AA they call relapse. When people go, wait, I'm in a whole new vibrational state. This is really good. I'm so proud of myself. I feel so great. But they get into a new energetic frequency that they're not used to. But also within that new energetic frequency, it's a lonely place. So there's a lot of different things that cause people to go back into that, that certain vibration of, oh wait, I remember shame. I'm comfortable with that. Okay? So the reason why I'm talking about the aging process is because there's these different things we can do. We can change our perception. Our cells hear our thoughts. Our cells hear our thoughts. So if you're talking about, God, I'm a piece of shit, I'm just going to go eat some Taco Bell, and I'm going to go, do some bad stuff with bad people because I don't care about who I am. When your body knows that you don't care about it, it listens. When you put bad stuff in your body, it listens. When you surround yourself with crappy people, it listens. Okay? So, our cells, they're all trying to work for you. They're all trying to support you. So, no wonder why, if you're thinking really crappy thoughts about yourself, it feels wrong. No wonder. Let me repeat that. If you think crappy thoughts about yourself, it feels wrong. There's a reason why it feels wrong, because that's not natural. But it's part of our process. Okay, it's part of our awakening process. It's part of we're overcoming a lot of this stuff. Okay, so step by step by step by step, we're slowly evolving into this new state. Okay, are you guys feeling me? Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Okay, So now the state of overwhelm, you're producing cortisol, producing adrenaline, and all these different things are to support you in remaining in that balanced state. Okay, so if we have different situations and people in our lives that are testing and whatnot, and you have no choice, then yes, we can find different ways to go about that. Forgiveness, I'm just going to say forgiveness is the number one quickest way to actually assist in reversing the aging process. Why? The amount of stress that it takes to continue to hold on to anger and pain is a lot of stress. Because think about it. The soul. We come from a higher vibrational state of being. What we're doing is we're re-anchoring these energies into our body as we let go of these things. So if you don't know how to forgive or whatnot, you know, I do sessions with that, if you guys are curious. The forgiveness is probably the most potent and pure way to actually reverse the aging process within the cellular DNA. Our thoughts are able to program our DNA. So if you're saying, I'm a fucked up, shitty ass person who sucks all the time, which was probably taught to you by one of your parents or a really bad ex, okay? If you're saying that all the time, it's actually programming your DNA. Have you ever seen Dr. Emoto's water experiment? Are you guys familiar with that? And What the Bleep Do We Know? Dr. Emoto's water experiment. Google it, okay? You'll watch when you actually look at the effects of somebody talking about, I hate you, I wish you were dead. Like, he takes grains of rice and whatnot. He labels all of these jars with different words and different frequencies, okay? So the ones that were all about hate, gloom, despair, anger, looked like, ugh. Maybe a little bit worse than, ugh. Okay. But then if you looked at the ones that talked about love, joy, and bliss, they're all very perfect, and it was like a little perfect snowflake looking. They look perfect. Beautiful. So now think about that on a cellular level. If you're actually using that in the mind, and you're programming your mind and your DNA to go, you know, I'm a good person, I'm doing the best that I can. Think about how that's going to actually allow you to move in a higher state of balance than, I'm a piece of poop. I'm a piece of poop, and I don't have any toilet paper. If I have toilet paper, I gotta go to Walmart, you know? And I'm a horrible person, you know? It doesn't, we don't want to do that anymore, okay? The more you do that, the harder it's going to be in the coming times. Oh, hey, guess what? The coming times? You mean July 27th, lunar eclipse? Yeah. You may have noticed that there's a lot of stuff coming up right now. And that's because eclipses purge stuff that are no longer in alignment with who you are on the authentic level. Okay? So when we're moving ourselves into a state of balance by using our words, I talk about using your words as tools to heal. Okay? Using your words as a means to heal yourself. So if you go, you know, I'm doing the best I can, I'm hanging in there. Remove words like struggle. Stop saying that word. Stop. When you insist upon not using the word struggle, you have to come up with some other word. And try to replace that word struggle with, I'm doing okay. I'm going to be fine. That's law of attraction. That's where that law of attraction stuff kind of kicks in. Okay? The more you're in a state of balance, the more you are actually learning how to heal and soothe yourself, the more you're able to actually allow your energy supplies to go towards a state of thriving. This is all integrated with epigenetics and Dr. Bruce Lipton's work. Our cells even have means of perceiving. So epigenetics is not based on genetic determinism as the Western medicine world is. Epigenetics is based on your well-being stems from your perception and your environment. The perceptions and the perceptions of your environment constitute your well-being. So if you're offering your environment